Hey guys, welcome back and happy almost end of the week, which means, well, we have Monday, which is Let's Whine About It, and then Hot Messy Topics. So we also have a lot of great interviews coming your way, but I wanted to say, guys, we're back to talk about some Real Housewives of Orange County drama. Dr. Jen Armstrong, she's discussing her Real Housewives of Orange County firing, her regrets, and what was edited from the show. Plus, she reacts to Tamra Judge replacing her, and she's talking a little bit about Noella. So we have a lot to break down, but before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so according to Reality Blurb, which is so shady and I love it, a one-hit wonder after her first and only season on The Real Housewives of Orange County, Dr. Jen Armstrong was fired from the show. The decision came after a season of poor ratings, which was arguably caused by the unfortunate cast shakeup. Now, after news of Jen's termination broke, viewers soon discovered another twist. Tamra Judge is set to replace her, and many fans who were tired of watching Jen and Heather Dubrow argue with Noella Bergner, who was also fired, to be fair, are pleased with the casting decision. It's not just Tamra Judge, though. It's Tamra Judge and Vicky Gunvalson is out, but also Alexis Bellino. So really, technically, we would have Heather Dubrow, Tamra Judge, Alexis Bellino, Shannon Bedore, Gina Kay, Emily Simpson. That would be our 7. I mean, let me cast for real. But in an interview for the technically Behind the Velvet Rope with David Yontief podcast, which we're big fans of David Yontief over here, Dr. Jen opened up about the firing, saying that I think it may have been more of a last-minute decision. This is what she said. She's grateful that she won't have to film amid her recent divorce. I just moved into a new house. It's just kind of chaotic right now. When asked about her lows on the show, Jen pointed a finger at editing, saying the low is definitely the editing. So I felt like, I was heavily edited, almost to make me look like a mute, which bothered me because I'm like, wow, that was a ton of work to do those scenes. Well, just like Lisa Rinna wants certain edits for Dr. Jen Armstrong, she has to learn that you don't get to control the editing. Hold on. What did producers leave out with that whole Noella thing? We had, a whole lunch. I confronted her. I had like a timer and a list, and I did not respond. She said I didn't not respond to all of those allegations or her ridiculous behavior. And then it was just all edited out. She said it just made me look like I stood there and I was like, huh? Which wasn't actually what happened. Or even like at Heather's daughter's book party, I brought one of my best friends who was a psychiatrist with me. And I was like, hey ladies, I brought my friend who's a psychiatrist. And that's in case any of you act up tonight. And it was just funny little things like that were cut out, And I'm like, that's too bad because it doesn't really show the real side of you, which really, honestly, at the end of the day, who gives a shit if you brought a psychiatrist? I'm not trying to be mean to Dr. Jen, because she has a whole divorce to kind of focus on. So we'll leave it at that. We'll leave Dr. Jen alone. Dr. Jen suggested that the dry sense of humor was dumbed down for the show. She would have probably asked producers to make her a friend rather than a full-time cast member because of her time commitments. I worked full-time and I have 3 kids. And so I have the backup, she said, I don't have the backup rich husband. Filming 5 days a week and working 5 days a week, it was a lot. It was definitely a unique experience, but I'm not like the drunk Mean Girls. I definitely have a different play on it. I was just myself and my world kind of crumbled a little bit during filming. She said, when asked about regrets, I would have prepared better for work and I probably would have found time to meet with my husband, Ryan, and to get everybody on the same page on a weekly, maybe daily, monthly basis during the whole period of filming. If she had, a choice to come back, she said that she would have to think about it. I think that anyone would take it just because there's, these are like once in a lifetime opportunities. People don't just ask you to be on TV shows every day. Let's be real. Hold on real quick. She would definitely take the opportunity. Unfortunately, Jim believes that Noella overshadowed her. I'm not mad at her for saying that. Yes, I'll say that, very definitely. She sucked the oxygen out of the room. It was a lot of people. I think Heather said that, said that accurately. She said, instead of engaging, it's just taking. What bothered me about Noella is that it was definitely acting. So we'd end, the cameras would leave, and she'd be like, oh my gosh, that was just so good. Oh my gosh, the fans are just going to love that. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Jen insinuated that Noella fake screamed in the woods during the awkward cast trip. And she said, I mean, come on. Pups could act better than that. Like that was clearly not authentic. It was just bizarre behavior. When asked if producers told Jen that Tamra was her replacement, she explained, no, I did have some people who, worked there, but gave me a heads up. Okay. But nothing confirmed. That is good for Tamra. I don't know if she has anything else going on, but she really wanted to come back. So good for her. In Jen's opinion, is the potential return of Tamra and Alexis Spallino, like asking her if it's a good idea. She said, if you're not going to keep the same cast and let that work itself out, then bringing in old housewives is probably a better idea. So she's for it. We're not mad at her. She's being honest about it. But my first idea would be to keep who you have. You know what I mean? It's just like the constant switch outs, not going to be good. But I also agree with that. When she says the constant switch outs, I think that it's kind of annoying that Bravo switches out our housewives a lot, but I understand the reasoning. But the reasoning is on Bravo. Bravo apparently switches out the cast members because they're trying to save face and save budgets, right? They go on and they hire a lot of these cast members and they pay them or start paying them 500, 600,000. That 600,000 becomes $1 million plus. And then they're like, holy shit, after 10, 12 seasons, how do we continue to pay these housewives? That's on you guys. That's a bullet train that you guys could have totally controlled. But instead, they decide, let's bring on a Noella Bergener or a Dr. Jen Armstrong and pay them 60 to 100,000. Not really a whole lot, because if you think about it, California taxes rip apart a lot of that. But let's bring them on and see how they work. I think it's just a big mistake on casting. I think that they shouldn't do that. Really, all of us are invested in the OGs. We're invested in the people who have been on the shows before for a long time. Sometimes do they need a break or a pause? Yeah, they do. But is it the biggest deal to kind of, put them out and then bring on a new person? I understand like trying to let's see how this person works, but it's not working. It's not working on most of the shows. I mean, I can go to Angie Harrington didn't work on Salt Lake City. Orange County, Dr. Jen and Noella didn't work on Orange County. Beverly Hills, Diana Jenkins, she's not working on Beverly Hills. On, New York, Leah McSweeney did not work on New York. Atlanta, I don't know if Drew Sidor and Sonia Richards-Ross are working. I really miss Nene and Portia, but that's neither here nor there. Mia Thornton made it on to, Potomac, but Escala Davies, she didn't make it past that. So it's just kind of all over the place. But guys, I don't want to just give you this information and not ask your opinion. So go ahead and comment below. What are your thoughts about Dr. Jen Armstrong discussing her firing and reacting to Tamra Judge being hired, but also what she had to say about Noella Bergener? I'm so curious. I want the unfiltered opinions. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.